And they also claimed a bronze in Piranha, at the Piranha Open at the back end of last year. Looking to win another bronze medal today, and it is Schalk who's got us underway, but it's a point early on for the Germans. Matysik, the man to hammer home the spike. In terms of the Germans, well, they won a bronze right at the start of the year at the Moscow Grand Slam, but they haven't done much since then. And so a chance for them to earn a second bronze medal of the year. It's tidy play by Saxton. So it would be a second medal of the year for the Canadians if they were to medal here. But they've only got a silver to their name, so it would be their first bronze of 2015. It's a fierce serve from Saxton. He was able to claim a couple of aces against the Brazilian pair. And that is pushed wide by Matysik, so an early error from the 35-year-old. I feel it's going to be slightly tougher really on the Germans because their match in the semi-final was the second matchup, so they haven't had much time to rest before this one. So they will have obviously gone away, got a bit of food, rested up as much as they can, had a chat with their coach about how to deal with the Canadians. But other than that, it's pretty much all action and all go for them today. It was a real long match in that semi-final. Canadians had a long one too. Took them 48 minutes, but the match for the Germans against the Americans was over an hour. It means they've had back-to-back matches over 50 minutes, the Germans, so probably just beginning to tire a little, and the heat out there in OLSZTYN won't help the situation either for them. Up comes Matysik then with the spike and was alert. Saw Schalk move across to his left, so hit to the right of the Canadian. Nice and controlled spike, this one. Incidentally, the gold medal match later on today will be between the Brazilian duo of Alisson and Oscar, or Alisson and Bruno, I should say, and they take on Jake Gibb and Casey Patterson. It's well played. Nice even start then to this bronze medal match. We're tied at 3 points apiece, or we were. Until that point, the Canadians edging in front 4-3. Just hitting across the side of the ball to create the angle. Saxton then to serve this one in. Targets Matysik. Matysik got up nice and high. And the Canadians saying it didn't touch a hand there. The Germans disagreeing. Point going to Germany. You can see they did just flick off the finger of Saxton. So a good call by the umpire. Or by the referee, I should say. Here's Erdmann. Oh, that's a great low-angled serve. That's Saxton scampering. But he just heard a shout of no way there. Point though again given to Germany. Let's have a look at this. Goes up, great block from Erdmann, no doubt about that. The call was that the ball was held. Anyway, on with the play, on with the action. And Saxton put that call behind him. The answer is no, he can't. Misses the spike, slams it into the net, and the net, which are pretty tight here in OLSZTYN, bouncing the ball off to the side. So a good start here by the Germans. Service fault for Erdmann. Stops the run for the German team. Schalk into the net with his serve as well. It's contagious. Second service fault in a row. Just with Matysik. Generally is a little more conservative with his serve. Goes short. It's a poor spike, really. He was leaning back slightly, was Schalk, although the point has been awarded to the Canadians, and it's the Germans' turn to complain. It was mightily close. It's tough to tell on that reaction. Doesn't look like he caught a finger. So you can understand the complaints from the German team. They're still complaining. Matysik incredibly frustrated. It was mightily close, so you can understand the call from the referee. It's always tough to see, particularly from the angle that she has there. Underneath it is Matysik, looking to put that point behind them, and they do just that. Excellent response. Still complaining. He's got to be careful here, then he may well receive a yellow card soon if he doesn't stop his complaining. There's not a lot of point to it. Point's already come and gone. He needs to put it to the back of his mind, channel the aggression, channel the anger. He's now talking to the other referee, Jorge Carvalho, but as I said, nothing's going to be changed now. But maybe a tactic from him, just trying to apply the pressure to the referees to make sure that maybe some of the closer calls go their way in the future. Saxton has pushed it wide. So a few errors, really, in the opening exchanges in this first set of this bronze medal match. Second time that Saxton has just gone too wide. It's a tough shot to execute, that one, hitting across the line of your body. Really, the player of Saxton's quality will expect himself to make it more times than not. Scrapping at the net, and it's dinked over, but just got too much of it, did Matysik on the dig. There is Schalk then, the man next to serve. Doesn't give it enough. Second service fault in a row for him. Schalk, who is 29 years of age, played 45 FIVB tournaments. His best ever finish is second place in Yokohama this year. Well, certainly in form right now, the Canadian duo. They strung another nice point together there. Got up, slamming it into Erdmann's fingers. Saxton into the net. The Canadians just struggling on serve. Not really getting the Germans to play all that often. As I say, he has got a mean first serve though, Ben Saxton. Confused and deceived the Brazilian duo in the semi-finals a number of times. So Erdmann to serve for Germany. There's the set from Saxton. Beautifully done. Wonderful hand skills, this time from Schalk. Just delayed his hit, which meant he was able to see where the blocker went, which direction, just caressed it down the line. Up comes Matysik. And he's just handed that one straight to Schalk, who was in the right place at the right time. And the Canadians are able to steal a point on serve as we head in to the first technical timeout. It's a tight one. Germany leading 11 points to 10 in this first set. Well, this is the sixth time that these two pairs have met. As I've already mentioned, the third time this year. The two previous meetings this year, they met in Stavanger, and it was a straight set win for Erdmann and Matysik. But there were two long sets. It was 26-24, 27-25. But the last time that they played each other was in Pool H of the World Championships in The Hague. And again, it was Erdmann and Matysik who won in straight sets. A little more comfortable that time, 21-19, 21-14. And in fact, in their 5 previous meetings, only once have the Canadian duo taken a set off Erdmann and Matysik. And that was in their first ever match, which was back in 2013 at the Gstaad Grand Slam. And it was Saxton and Schalk who took the first set on that occasion. Something about the water, isn't there, that just makes you feel a little more relaxed. It's just a fantastic venue to be able to see the water in the background. I'm lucky here in my commentary position to pretty much have that view of that camera that looks over the venue. It is stunning. I'd certainly recommend anyone coming if they are to host this next year. I'm sure it'll be just as successful as it has been this year. Highly popular with the fans. And also just Gets a lot of spectators in from various other countries that maybe haven't experienced this part of Poland before. Matysik then with the low serve. Underneath it is Saxton. He'll get up and tap that one, and this time he has found the line. Remember, he's missed a couple where he's tried to angle it away. Just clicking the outside of the line on this occasion. Tough to get it past Erdmann. Good call. Plum on the line. Saxton hit it hard. Well received by Matysik. But, well, the set was a little too close to the net, and he couldn't avoid Saxton. And Canada fight back. And look at that, there was no room to manoeuvre in that position. Take nothing away from Saxton, though. He was all over that like a rash. Saxton again then to serve. Another fierce serve from him as well. And again, it's a little close to the net. And again, Canada have the chance to steal the point, but Saxton deciding to go himself rather than set it up for his teammate. And I think that's a decision he'll regret now. Erdmann targeting Saxton. He'll come down the middle against Erdmann. Pick the open side, of course. Matysik had gone the other way. So again, great awareness here from Saxton. Puts the previous point behind him. Matysik underneath it. Backpedaling is Saxton. It was a good decision as well, and that's brilliant play. Fabulous point. 26-year-old, maybe the youngest player on the court, but he's not the least experienced. Played 75 tournaments. In fact, 74, I beg your pardon. Which is a fair few more than Schalk. As a timeout is called, and yeah, Canada with the momentum here. As I say, they've only once ever taken a set off the Germans, and they're in the ascendancy in this first set, leading 14-13. The timeout's often called not for discussion, they're just called to stop momentum. Well, Schalk and Saxton lost just twice in this tournament. They lost in Pool G to the Polish pair, Kazuala and Czeslańskiewicz. And then, of course, in the semi-finals to Alisson and Bruno. But they have had a couple of really good wins against Guevara and Herrera, the Spanish pair who was seeded 7th for this tournament. And they beat Emmanuel and Ricardo in the last 16. What a performance that was. It was a thrilling match, but they won 15-13. And that was, of course, referenced by Alisson and Bruno. And the interview after that semi-final performance. This is a tasty little rally going on. Who's going to come out on top again? And this time, the decision goes Germany's way. Scrappy point, really. It was a point they were able to scrap their way to win, and Erdmann's feeling it out there. As I say, very tough for the Germans. Had very little time off between the semi-final and the bronze medal position, and every now and then you just see Erdmann go down on his haunches, trying to take in a bit of extra oxygen. As I say, it doesn't help, but it's probably the hottest it's almost been all week now. Set up Saxton with the charge. It's going to be set up again, though. This time it'll be Schalk, but too many hits. It's an easy decision, that, really, for the referee. The pendulum swings again. It's a very tight and fiercely fought first set, isn't it? Very tough to call which way it's going to go. Coming from the angle, and Saxton goes down the line. Matysik had read the play, but couldn't deal with the pace. He just peeled round to the outside, gave himself the angle. Matysik quick to react to it. Couldn't get his hands underneath the ball. Saxton then to serve. 15-all, first set. Erdmann up for Matysik. Clever. Again, going with that play of just dinking it over the blocker down the line. Nice and controlled from Matysik. Of course, that time it was Schalk who was covering the angle. Erdmann, well, that wasn't the best. Again, possibly you can refer to that for being a little tired, maybe. It was a tired-looking serve. It's going to be running on adrenaline. They'll be desperate to claim a bronze medal. As I say, they won bronze at the Moscow Grand Slam. Can they claim another here? That's a great diving dig at the back of the court from Schalk. Can he finish the point off as well? He can indeed. Superb stuff. This is what beach volleyball is all about. Covered the line at full stretch. Not only does he get there, feeds it to his partner, and then he's back up swiftly to win the point. And Canada have the lead. And there's the block as well. Talked about how well Schalk played on the previous point, and it's Saxton now to step up with a massive block. I say massive, both in terms of how well he got up, but also in terms of the time to do it. We're at the crux of this first set. The time when it really matters, and Canada have a 2-point advantage. Erdmann to set up to Matysik. Again, there is Saxton to get a hit, and he's going to try and finish it off again, and he does just that. They found a rhythm, and they are in control through the hands of Matysik. Three points up. As the crowd again get even more involved. Interesting to see now where Schalk goes with this serve. Germans reeling a little here. Wasn't the best of sets. Again, brilliantly kept alive. And then on the pirouette, into the backcourt. Saxton again on fire. The Canadians on fire. Terrific teamwork. The block just put it in the air. And then moving across, just poking it into the backcourt. It's set point. And that's a poor reception. They're scrapping all over the place here, the Germans. Can they keep it alive? Oh, that is coolness personified. Wonderful awareness, and is that a point that's just going to turn this set on its head? They need a run of points here. That is delightful. Matysik, still set point. It's wide, and it means that Canada have been able to take this first set, and it's just the second time in 6 matches that they've been able to take a set against this German team. They have a horrible record, but is that going to change here today? It's Schalk and Saxton who take the first set, 21 points to 17 against Erdmann and Matysik. Again, the Germans in the lead early on in this set. Just took their foot off the accelerator, and again, you can possibly point to fatigue possibly coming into it for them. And remember, I'll point back to the semi-finals where they were in control really of that first set against Gibb and Patterson, and a similar thing happened. So they've got to watch out for that in terms of getting a lead and not being able to hold on to it. I won't use the proverb about a bad dog handler. Incidentally, the winner of this one will win the bronze. And following this match, we'll have the match for the gold medal between the Brazilian duo, Alisson and Bruno, taking on Gibb and Patterson, top seeds against the 6th seeds. Should be a thriller. It was 2 fabulous semi-finals that really did go the distance. If we look at some of the highlights from this opening set, all 4 players on this court used a lot of energy in the semi-final. As I said, it's tougher for the Germans. They've had less time to rest.
Mam nadzieję, za chwilę je znajdą. Dziękujemy Samsungowi.
Doing a great job again of getting the fans interacting with everything that's going on the court. Party time here in OLSZTYN. Pretty much been party time all week. I think the blue skies certainly help though too. Wonderful conditions for this men's bronze matchup. And I think it's going to stay this way for the final 2. So then what can the Germans do in this second set? Momentum firmly with the Canadians. Saxton looking to continue that, but that's a great block from Erdmann. A chance here for the Germans to win the first point, but it's overcooked on the spike by Erdmann. And it's the Canadians who win the first point of the second set. Frustration for Erdmann. He's another player who doesn't show too much emotion, whether he wins or loses the points. Schalk dipping it down low to Matysik, who's got work to do. He's a fair way away from the net when he hit that spike. It's a brutal hit this time from Schalk. Look at the leap hit, plenty of air time, plenty of power in the spike. Matysik from the middle of the court, and there's a block kill. And this has got to be even more energy sapping for the Germans. They are losing all the jewels right now. A look of resignation from Matysik. Team that they are so used to beating. Well, that was interesting from Erdmann. Got it wrong a little bit. And Canada looking to pounce again, and they'd strike again. It's all looking a little easy right now for the Canadians. Although you do know it can change pretty quickly. In terms of the momentum, can change quickly. Not sure what Matysik's just suggesting to the referee here. I think he's probably more frustrated with the scoreline and how this match is going, and looking for someone to take it out on. Set up high for Matysik. Again, it's tipped. Brilliant diving dig from Schalk to keep it alive, but this time Erdmann's there on the block. Good rally though. Tipped at the front of the court by Saxton. And Schalk using all of his 6'6" frame to just get there. But you have to say, well played to Erdmann. Kept his eye on the prize. Although it's another service error for him. Canada stretch their lead out to 4 again. Saxton now to serve, coming down the middle of the court. Just the one-handed dig and reception from Matysik. Backpedaling was Saxton. Germans just need to try and hang on in there and ride this wave if they can. Beautiful accuracy from Matysik. Look how close that was to the net. The eyes of Miszkowska. Very important eyes at that. The Polish referee. Saxton underneath it, then Schalk with the setup behind him. But Erdmann was onto it. Second block kill in just a few points for Erdmann. There's nothing that changes the momentum of a match like a block kill, as the Canadians very well know. Allison with a couple of crucial ones at the back end of the second set that really turned the match on its head. Saxton coming forward this time, though, is able to get it away from Erdmann. Super spike. They really did play tremendously well in that semi-final, the Canadians, announcing themselves to the world. And I think Bruno was very honest in his praise afterwards, saying that, you know, shouldn't be surprised that it went the distance, because the Canadian team are really on form at the moment. They're playing some excellent volleyball, as this German pair are now finding out. Nice high set from Erdmann. Just pushed over across the angle of the net from Matysik. Erdmann down low is Saxton. He's going to come down the middle of the court. But in the right place at the right time is Matysik. Can the Germans steal another point here? The answer is no, they can't. Missed a couple of spikes today as Matysik. They've often been into the net. Just having a little issue of possibly digging it down too low, although that one wasn't into the net, but the net cord no doubt helped it go wide. Although the point has actually been given to Germany, so may have just come off the arm of Schalk. It's a nice, neat, tidy play from the Canadians, who have had their 4-point lead cut a little in this second set. They won't want to be thinking about what happened in the semi-final. Remember, they were well clear in that semi-final, having taken the first set against Allison and Bruno. Will lightning strike twice? Oh, that's a cruel bit of fortune, but no apologies from Saxton. He was clearly aiming for the net. He got exactly what he wanted. Shake of the head for Matysik, who's not really enjoying himself right now. Nice flat, low serve. Matysik, though, underneath it, and again, just clipping the top of the net. He's running the risk of missing more spikes, but won't mind as long as they end up bouncing on the sand on the other side inside the court. Enjoyed that one. Matysik. Oh, it's another nick off the net, and the Germans should be able to steal here. Well, it's kept alive by Schalk. Set up again for Schalk. Well, they had to cover a lot of ground on the court, didn't they? Worked hard for that one, Saxton and Schalk. Diving forwards and backwards. Look at that. Went forwards first, backwards then. Shows how fit you have to be to play this sport. Had enough energy to get up and fire the spike home too. Just floats the serve in. It was a tight-looking serve, maybe just feeling it after the last point. He's going to have to try and run to get that one. It has just caught the line.
Niemcy, oni jeszcze trochę potrzebują, żeby objąć prowadzenia. 7-9.
2-point game then in this second set. Erdmann to Saxton. It's a little close to the net, but he got up early and got up high, did Saxton, almost before Erdmann had started off to jump himself. Bullet of a spike from Saxton. Saxton next to serve. Goes big, too big. Flies out the back of the court. Floats one in deep. Saxton decides to play it rather than leave it. It's the right decision because he's able to finish the point off. Well, he's not as big in terms of broad as other players, Saxton, but he is very tall at 6'7". Can use that frame to slap the ball down into the sand. Schalk's pretty tall as well at 6'6". Nice and high set for Matysik. And that is just wide. And I think he changed his mind at the last second, having seen where Schalk moved there, Matysik, on the spike. It was a bit of a second guess just to mix it cross-court, and that was probably the reason he missed it. Schalk finds Matysik. Come down the middle, the Germans this time, and that's a better hit. So as we hit the first technical timeout in this second set, just a reminder, the final coming up a little later between the Brazilian pair, Alisson and Bruno, taking on Jake Gibb and Casey Patterson. And now they will have to decide who wins this bronze medal matchup. Bit of entertainment for you all at home. As I say, it has been impressive. Almost every time I've seen them, they've done different dances. Certainly add to the spectacle here in OLSZTYN. Plenty to think about for Erdmann and Matysik. They can't really sit and enjoy and watch the cheerleader show. Been playing together for a long time now, the German pair, since 2009. They have a terrific record in Poland. They've finished in the top 10 in each of their last 5 times that they played in Poland, including winning the bronze medal in Stare Jablonki, the World Championships in 2013. That really the highlight of their career. So they did pick up bronze in Shanghai in 2014 and of course in Moscow this year. Speedsters on the seat and speedsters here on the court. Erdmann with the serve. And they had to improvise there, did Schalk. It was a super quick serve. Saxton didn't quite control it as he probably would have liked, but his partner Schalk lightning quick to the ball. They able to get on top of it with the spike. Although the point actually has been given to Germany, maybe just touching the net there. Didn't see the call given by the referee. My fault. High by Schalk-Saxton coming in. More control on this spike, this time from the 26-year-old. Got such a bright future ahead of him in this sport, you feel. Because 26 is considered very young for a beach volleyball player. Saxton down to Erdmann. Erdmann getting up nice and high, but he's tipped it a little wide. Rare error from the German. They're in a bit of a hole here. Set down and now 4 points down. Just mishit the spike a little. But remember, the Canadians have been in this position before already today, a set and 4 points up, and they weren't able to see it through, so you wonder whether that'll be in the back of their minds. I'm sure the Germans will have been made aware of that. And of course, they've never beaten their opponents. Just wide. Last second decision from Saxton to leave that. Or is it just wide? In fact, it's been called good. Saxton making the wrong decision to leave it. There we go. Yeah, look at that. What a serve that is. On the line. That goes out the back though. Can't make it 2 service aces in a row.
15 Kanada, 12 Niemcy. Do tej pory mieliśmy tiebreaki. Ciekawe, czy jeszcze to tutaj biegi.
Schalk just floating it down the middle. Here comes Matysik, right on top of the net though. It's Saxton, and that could be a huge block kill. In terms of the context of this second set, you just felt the Germans were maybe edging back into this one. But that saps the momentum, takes the energy out of their team. It's a great block from Saxton. Emotions shown after the block as well. This is going to be tricky for Matysik. And again, the Canadians with a chance to win a point on serve. And they do just that. Schalk getting the job done on the strike. The Germans looking a little lost out there. Momentum with the Canadians. What have they got left in the tank? Underneath it, Matysik. Can he do better on this occasion? Again, Saxton over the net. Able to get the block in. On a roll. Timeout called then by Germany, and you can understand that. 6 points they trail by in this second set. Work to do. Look at that, 4 points in a row for Canada. Just when you felt the Germans may be coming back with their 2 points in a row. They now trail by 6, but remember, the Canadians stuttered when it mattered most in the semi-final. Are they going to do that again, or are they going to be able to claim their first ever win over the Germans? It will be 6th time lucky if they were to win today. They're looking good right now. Germans just taking a bit of time to take on some liquid. Get a bit of time in the shade as well. Re-energize, refocus. Hope that they can change things up in this second set. I'm sure they wish that they were inside this court. But it's not a bad spot to be, is it, on a Sunday afternoon? Pedaling around in a beautiful lake. Schalk then, serving 18-12 up, the Canadians. Set by Erdmann. Matysik, can he get this one done? Finds the line. That's better from the Germans and stops the run of points for the Canadians. Not much margin for error, but it was clinical from Matysik. Oh, what a serve that is. That is sensational. Schalk had barely moved before the ball had flown past him. Look at this, this is one of the best serves you'll ever see. Hit with pace, swerving away from Schalk and right into the corner. Here we go again. What can he produce this time? It's another service ace. That one may well have been going out of the back, but you just wonder whether because of the net cord and maybe the previous serve that did find the court, whether or not Saxton thought he had to play it. Net cord may well have put him off, but where did those two serves come from? Maybe that timeout where they just allowed themselves to recharge, to refocus. They've helped the Germans out. 3 points in a row. And well, are they back in this second set now? Plenty to think about for the Canadians. They'll be hoping it isn't déjà vu again in this bronze medal matchup. Wouldn't really say that they threw it away against the Brazilians in the semi-final because Allison was simply sublime with his block kills. But they did have the opportunity to beat the Brazilians, and they will have probably come off court feeling pretty devastated with what happened in terms of the chance to claim what would have been a huge scalp. Again, the crowd involved. There's the trumpet. Well, can he make it 3 out of 3? Hat-trick of service aces, that's what Erdmann wants. Not what the Canadians want. Again off the net cord this time though, Saxton able to deal with it. Can he put the ball away though? Erdmann there again at the net. He's on form at the moment. Again, he's going to go up this time against Schalk, but it's brilliantly done. Pressure on the Canadians. And Schalk stands up to that pressure, and for once, Erdmann can do nothing about it. 2 points away from a bronze medal. Saxton with the serve, goes big. Matysik, though, able to control it. Looking just to tip it over. Saxton just about got the weight of the shot right. Got up nice and high. You can see there just frustration for Saxton. Just trying to get something on the ball. Couldn't quite reach it. Matysik, who doesn't tend to go for big serves. Needs a run here, really, you feel. Otherwise, they're going to be staring match point in the face. It's not a great reception, though, from Saxton. And are the nerves getting to the Canadians? Clever serve from Matysik. Dipping down low, a little bit of swerve on it, too. It looked a little tentative from Saxton. Remember, they did this a little bit against the Brazilians. They go again to Saxton. It's the younger Canadian who goes up for this one, and the Germans will have another chance to steal this point. It's well received, though, by Schalk, using his experience. Now a chance for the Germans to get the point done, but he's missed it. What an opportunity. It was a point, really, they should have won. Matysik knows, is that their final chance to really get back in this bronze medal match? And is that the point that decides it? 3 match points for Team Canada. Schalk floating one down the middle. Erdmann to set up for Matysik. Off the net cord, off the hands of Saxton, and out of the court. Relief for Matysik. Had they won that previous point, it could well be 19 all. As it is, it's still match point for Schalk and Saxton, but it's Erdmann to serve. Will he go big? Match points down. That's the question. What's he going to do this time? Does go big. Schalk, though, is underneath it. What's the set like? It's pretty decent. And there it is, bronze medal for Canada. Their second medal of 2015. They back up their silver medal from Yokohama with a bronze here in OLSZTYN. Sheer delight for Saxton and Schalk, and for the first time ever in their history, they finally defeat Erdmann and Matysik. 6th time lucky. Straight sets win. And they claim the bronze. There it is, 21 points to 17, 21 points to 18. It got a little nerve-wracking towards the back end of that.